Here person is created, on car object is created, the car ownership is shared here. When the car ownership is shared, what happens? One more owner is created, so the reference count of that car is 2. We are breaking one ownership, then the reference count becomes -1 plus -1. Then we are releasing the person memory reference count is was 1. Releasing is -1, it becomes 0 here. Here it becomes 1. Still the car is available because a car is a owner which is still holding. That is the reason the car is cleaned method is not called. Car is cleaned method is not called. When you want to give partial ownership, what happened here? There are 2 owners. A car is one thing, car is another owner. 2 owners are there. So the car is not released. But still that can be released by using ARC system. It automatically releases, no problem. If you do not want to increase the reference count, you can put weak. See what happens when you make this. See the output, there are 3 lines of code. Person is no more, person is cleared. Now I want to clear the car as well. You can clear the car as well by using 2 different ways. You can also put a car equal to nil here. A car equal to put nil means this owner is also not there. Then the make this ownership also breaked. This ownership also breaked. Let me a car where a car. To put nil, you need to have the option, right? Car is created, car is assigned, there are 2 owners now, car is moved, one ownership is breaking, car is not, this method car is no more is not called, second ownership also breaking, car is no more. You need to understand number of owners, everything is depends on the number of owners. Person is also, ownership is breaking, this is what happened. Without this also we can do, this is one way of doing. Another way of doing is weak. When you put weak, what happens also? See, ownership is not strongly shared. That is the thing. Here, 2 cars are created, and a car I am assigning here. And what I am doing, I am sharing the ownership. It became 2. In this case, what happens is it does not increase. Still the ownership is 1 only. When you assign, in case of weak, car is weak, right? You see, this is weak car. Weak. When you share reference with weak, what happens is the reference count will not be increased. Here there are 2 owners here also. A car is one thing, car is another owner. Here we are creating, we are sharing. Car is used. Person does not want to use the car here. Person does not want to use the car here. Person is no more, but still the car is available in the memory. Only when you put strong reference, which is strong reference, then only the memory will be released. Car is no more. Who is strongly pointing? A car is the person who is strongly pointing. He only can release the memory. Even the weak reference, he is weakly pointing. He is partial owner. Even if you are not releasing this, see what happens. 2 cars are created. The reference count of this is 1. We are sharing here. Even if you are sharing, what happens is, see, sharing here, you are releasing it. You are releasing it strongly by whoever is created that ownership, we are releasing. But still, a car is something. A car we have assigned it, right? This car is also owner, but he cannot use this now because whoever strongly pointing to the car, he is released already. His ownership is already broken. In such cases, you cannot use this. Only thing you need to understand is weak. When you put weak, the reference count will not be increased. whoever is partial owner, he is not completely owner of the car. He cannot do anything. He can use it, but he cannot collapse it. Even if he is trying to collapse it, what happens is nothing collapses. Even if you want to put ownership equal to nil, nothing happens because he is partial owner. His ownership will be removed, but not the car. We have shared the car. Now the car becomes weak, right? The reference count becomes only one only. It will not be increased. Moving the car, I'm collapsing the car. I'm trying to collapse the car. He cannot collapse. Car is no more, is not printed. It is everything almost theoretical and practical is this. Only thing is when you put weak, he is the partial owner of the car. He cannot collapse the actual object. The reference count will not be increased. The reference count will not be increased. Clear? Strong versus weak. Strong increases the reference count. When you assign any object, what happens? The reference count of that object, the ownership of that object becomes 2 or increases by 1. In case of weak, the ownership of the object does not increase, though he is partial owner. He is the owner, but the reference count is still 1 only. When you do not put this, what happens is reference count becomes, when you assign here, the reference count increases by 1 plus 1 or plus 1. Clear? And return cycle, when the return cycle happens, I'm just commenting all these things. When the return cycle occurs, let me even make it clear. There are 2 classes. In this class, in the first class, I'm having a car property. In the second class, I'm having a person property. There are 2 classes which are using each other. Where a person equal to person equal to person, where a car there are 2 objects, person and car. I'm setting with the properties now. A car dot owner. Who is the owner of this car? Person. A person is the owner. This person. Car. Your owner is person. And for person also we can say like person. Your car is car object. We have car. Okay. Let me make it optional. Anyways, fine. Where here also where. Right. Person and car. There are 2 objects. We are setting car. Your owner is so and so. Person. Your car is so and so. Person. Your car is so and so. Car. You are owned by so and so. Now these 2 wants to release. Person. Your car is nothing. Person wants to collapse. And car wants to collapse. Both I want to release. See what happens. Run and see. Hello world is printed, but car is no more is not printed. Person is no more is not printed. Though we are releasing the memory. This is where exactly the ARC system fails to release the memory. Let me put a weak one place like. Right. What happened? Person is collapsed. Car is collapsed. That is the difference here. Weak means he's not strongly pointing. Car is not strongly pointing to the owner. Owner is pointing, the person is pointing strongly to the car. This is where exactly the return cycle occurs, when there are 2 classes which are using each other. And which are using each other strongly, by default strong, right? All these variables are by default strong. In such cases, what happens is, here I am releasing the person. ARC system, what it does, goes to the person. I want to release the person. Okay, name, release. Okay, release done. Car release. To release the car, again it comes here. In car, there is model release. Owner release. Owner, who is owner? Person. Again it goes here. It needs to release all the properties of this person. When it comes to the person equal to nil, ARC system comes here and it finds the car. This is a property. It tries to release the car. Tries to release the car means car object. Car has some properties. Model release. Owner release. Owner, who is owner? Again person. Again it comes here. Again car. It comes here. Again person goes here. What happened? This is called cycle. For what? Retaining, right? This is called a retain cycle. Retain cycle is a place where the ARC system fails to release the memory. How exactly it happens? When there are two classes which are strongly pointing each other. How to avoid a return cycle? By using weak. Anywhere one place you place weak. One place you place weak, so that the memory will be released. So that the memory will be, what happens here? Person equal to nil. Car, ARC system comes here, release the name, release the car. You release the car comes here, first release the bench. Then owner, your partial owner, I don't need to go here and check. Go release. Okay, it again does not come here because you are the partial owner. There is actual owner, someone, he releases his memory. You don't need to worry. You are the partial owner, you get rid of. And car is also cleared. The D-unit method is called. There is car equal to nil. We are calling nil. Again, what happens here? It does not check anything in the person. It just releases this variable. Here actually there are two owners. This is one owner. Car is another owner. This is one owner. This is another one. Two owners. But you don't need to release two times here. When you release the person, this ownership is cleared. When you release a car equal to nil, this ownership is cleared. This is all about automatic reference counting. Most of the things are theoretical. Okay, practical also I also already showed you. D-unit is the method which gets called when the memory is released. I showed you when it is released and when it is not released. Hope this is clear. Difference between weak and strong. Retain cycle. How to avoid the retain cycle. Any doubts here?